Well, happy October. Hard to believe, isn't it? Just this year, I think shutdowns and all this other stuff going on. I don't know. Anyway, weird effect that this year is having on all of us. Anyway, what I was wanting to talk to you about is inevitably when we get the first cold snap, whether it's September, October, I always have people email me or text me. Or now, come into the store sort of in a panic of, what do I need to do with my bees? And it's pretty common because a lot of people get into beekeeping well-intentioned. And I love all of the attention that our industry has received over the last, 10, 12 years with kind of started with the whole colony collapse disorder thing. And so there's a lot of well-intentioned people who want to get into beekeeping to help save the bees, and I encourage that. But unfortunately, there hasn't really been a consolidated educational resource for people to understand that, when they buy bees, it's livestock. I think that's really, I can't remember who said that, but it's one of the most succinct explanations of what the kind of the mindset and the psychology you need to have when you get into beekeeping. So all of that preface to say this is that if you're in a panic right now to feed your bees and they need to be fed, there's a key difference. If you go out to your hive and you really haven't messed with it, chances are good maybe that they've put enough stores of honey up for the winter. Obviously, the big thing too, though, is that if you're just now tuning in to find out what you need to do with your bees to get ready for winter, you may or probably have neglected mite treatment, which I've seen hives make it through the winter, that have not been treated, but it's maybe 10%, 20%, and then they usually collapse in the spring. So right now, go out to your hive and check the weight. Make sure if they're around 100, 120 pounds for 2 double deep boxes, you're in good shape. But if you didn't do mite treatment, they're probably going to die. It's too late in the year right now to really do a mite treatment effectively. And the same thing with feeding. If you do need to do any type of feeding, you've probably missed the window. The best thing to do at this point would be to feed them fondue or sugar blocks. The other thing being, if you have an in-frame feeder like what we use that looks like this here. These are some older ones that actually go into the, don't mind the old boxes here, go in, it's inline or in-frame feeder. If you have one of those, you could put a really heavy syrup in that, but once again, you want to be very, very careful, and I would advise against it, that if you put in any type of syrup that's a higher moisture content this time of the year, it's going to generate excess moisture in the hive, and you're going to have issues with mold, mildew, different yucky stuff like that. So hopefully you're not just hoping now or realizing that you need to be feeding or prepping your bees for the winter. But it is a common thing, unfortunately. But if you kind of have missed the mite treatments, missed feeding them, just take this as a learning experience and realize that next year you're going to have to start really for winter and fall preparations in the beginning of August. That's really the key time. But anyways, we'll be doing another couple of videos as far as prepping. I know there's been several people ask about quilt boards and all that stuff. Most of our bees go down to California. We have a handful of hives, including the nukes that we've been following, that we winter up here just for educational purposes. But it's pretty simple the way that we prep for them. The biggest thing is to make sure that they have an upper entrance, and that upper entrance could be something as simple as a 1/2-inch hole or a 3/4 inch hole. You see these boxes, here, like this here. It can be something as simple as that. These are old boxes we're getting rid of. But an upper entrance, and then also some hardware cloth to screen the bottom. Hardware cloth, I believe it's I believe it's a 1/2 inch is the size. Like I said, we really don't winter much here, but I want to say it's a 1/2 inch size that when it's folded over and put in the entrance, the bees still can come and go, but the mice can't get into it. So those are really the two key things. Obviously, make sure your lid doesn't leak and stuff like that. But for our winters, really, you don't have to go too complex or complicated to make or have your bees winter. The most successful or the most effective thing to ensure success, and this is kind of late to say this, but we've been saying it since the beginning of August. Treat for mites. End of July, beginning of August, start feeding your bees. Make sure they're up to that winter weight, so that really by this time of the year, they're set. They're ready to go. So anyways, hopefully that's helpful to you. I know it's kind of a shotgun approach, and I've discussed a bunch of different things, but we'll be doing a couple other videos here in the near future about, I'm looking at Casey, our guard cat here. Oh, that's nice. She said hi. Anyways, do some more videos as far as just what we do for our hives for wintering, and we'll catch you a little later.